3 AI coding tools walk into a benchmark. Only one ships 90% of the tasks. This is not a vibe check. This is not a Twitter thread. We ran 30 real coding problems, web features, infrastructure scripts, data pipelines, across Claude, Cursor, and Copilot. We timed them. We scored them. We shipped the ones that actually ran. I'm going to show you the numbers, walk you through what the gap actually looks like in practice, and tell you the one thing that surprised us most. Welcome to the stack. Let's get into it. First, some context on why we ran this benchmark now, in 2026, rather than just linking you to the dozen others already on the internet. Most AI coding benchmarks are synthetic. They test whether a model can solve a leak code problem or complete a fill-in-the-blank function. That's fine for comparing raw model capability, but it doesn't tell you what it's actually like to build something with these tools day to day. So we built a task suite designed around the kind of work a mid-level engineer actually does. 30 tasks, 10 in web development. Think, build a React hook, wire up an API endpoint, add form validation. 10 in infrastructure, write a Terraform module, debug a failing health check, set up a GitHub Actions pipeline. 10 in data, clean a CSV, write a SQL aggregation, plot a time series in Python. Each task was scored on 3 things. Did it complete? Did it run without modification? And if it needed fixes, how many rounds? 3 tools, 3 categories, 30 tasks. Let's see the board. Here's the leaderboard. Claude completed 27 out of 30 tasks, 90%. Cursor hit 22, 73%. Copilot finished 18, 60%. Now before we go further, I want to be fair about what completed means here. A task counts as complete if the output ran without modification or if one round of follow-up got it there. We're not penalizing for asking a clarifying question. We're penalizing for producing something that silently doesn't work. Claude's edge wasn't in any single category. It was consistent across all 3. Web, 9 of 10. Infra, 9 of 10. Data, 9 of 10. The 3 it missed were all multi-file orchestration problems where it made a correct local decision that broke global state. We'll talk about that pattern in a future episode. Cursor was fast. Noticeably fast on single-file completions. It got through some web tasks faster than Claude on wall clock time. But it dropped more on the infra category, especially the tasks that required understanding a multi-file project structure. Copilot, and I want to say this fairly, is not a bad tool. It's a different tool. It shines when you're already inside an established code base with a lot of context for it to work from. Cold start tasks with minimal scaffolding are where it struggled most. Here's what the actual benchmark run looked like. We built a small CLI called Signal Noise Bench that queued each task, submitted it to each tool's API or IDE plugin, captured the output, and ran the result against a test suite. The output you're seeing is the final summary run, after all 30 tasks, all 3 tools. Claude, 27 out of 30, 90%. Cursor, 22 out of 30, 73%. Copilot, 18 out of 30, 60%. The benchmark suite and raw results JSON are linked in the description. Methodology doc is there too. Go pull it apart if you want. That's the whole point. 3 things to take away from this. 1. Claude wins on agentic tasks. Multi-step refactors. Tasks that involve reading multiple files and making coordinated changes, running tests, and iterating. That's where the gap is widest. If your work looks like, take this 500-line module and restructure it, Claude is currently the strongest tool in this comparison. 2. Cursor wins on speed. If you're a fast typist doing line-level completions and you want the fastest single-edit experience, Cursor is still the benchmark. Its latency on autocomplete is lower, and it's deeply integrated into VS Code in a way that keeps you in flow. 3. Copilot wins on cost. For students, it's free. For anyone already paying for GitHub Pro, it's included. If you're early in your career or working on a budget, the cost per task math still works out in Copilot's favor, especially if you're mostly working inside existing projects where its context window matters less. There's no single right answer here. There's the right tool for your context. That's always been true. The benchmarks just make it concrete. That's the stack, episode 1.